This isn't about what I say. Don't hold on too much about what I say. Just let it kind of, the energy in which it's being spoken from, penetrate. That's what's the most important part, is that this talk isn't trying to get anywhere. It's just a happening. And I think that what often happens when somebody's speaking from that place is that the others begin to sense that and pick up on that. And so there begins to be a stillness that takes over. And that's who you are. It could also have the other effect and bring up immense discomfort as well. Who knows? But I think often the reason people are repetitively watching because they do feel that. So just forget about yourself and what you want, where you think you're going, your life, just for the next 2 hours, and just fall into the no place, no time. And as you fall into it, you begins to be seen. There was no one falling into it. You believed yourself to be never existed. And it's not about the way the vessel behaves or the way, when I say vessel I mean the body-mind, that we can get so caught up on the way it should be, on what it says. I'm sure I contradict myself loads. That's part of speaking about an impossible subject. And part of what happens in this form now, I can't remember so much. And don't get caught up on whether you're too much on what you feel for the form that's speaking it. Just more let this talk remind you of the silence that you are. We come from a culture that's very much into worshipping idols. And in non-duality, there's no exception. And I'm not saying that's wrong, that's just what appears. But just remember, the true freedom is your essence. Not any form, not any behavior. Not any way of being. On the human level, really hearing non-duality makes the human become really itself. It stops trying to pretend to be someone in order to get love in time, and it just is itself in that moment, as it is, rather than this character that's been created in order to get love from people. Maybe a very nice character, or maybe an angry character, because that got it love. Maybe a very intelligent character, whatever it is. It was created in order to get love from the parents and from society. That stops playing out, and then you just become your true colours, like what you were when you were already a young kid. The true colours of the human. And the human, as the human form, isn't the one that gets enlightened, although normally waking up has strong effects on the body-mind mechanism, like I changed a lot. But it's not really about the characteristics. That's why you get all these different colours of teachers. And the teachers always say, yes, no, this is the way it is. You end up looking like this. But really, there's infinite possibilities always. What I'm trying to pass on is that there is no dogma in non-duality. Even though dogma can seem to appear in it, ultimately there is no dogma in it. We as humans like to make bold statements, me included. Like everything is beingness, that could become a dogma, but ultimately it's moving away from the belief systems and seeing the freedom that's there all the time. This boundless energy that's experiencing itself. There is a stillness experiencing itself. It's not the human that's perceiving this life. The human is an experience playing out in life. Your suffering comes from this energy that makes you believe you walked into this room, you turned on the computer and you sat down and you chose to listen to my talk. That's only what seems to happen. In actuality, the reality is right now there is talk happening, and really everything ultimately is a mystery happening for no one. You don't know you came here. You don't know you're leaving. You don't know you're alive, right here, right now. You don't know any of that. But this projection of the mind is constantly repeating who you are, where you've come from, where you're going, because it's afraid not to exist. But really, right here, right now, there is nobody that exists. There is this emptiness appearing as form, looking at itself innocently, without judgment. Judgment appears in the person, and that comes and goes.